talking to a lot of people who are thinking about building their own technology. So I thought it would be beneficial to bring our head of engineering on to talk about what that really means. So Nathan has decades of experience working in technology and technology leadership. He's worked on both ends of the spectrum when it comes to size of companies, from startups all the way to some of the largest known companies, such as Cisco and Nike. So Nathan, thank you for joining us.
I'm happy to be here, Brooke. Thank you.
First of all, I think it would be a good idea to talk about what kind of team resources it takes to build your own tech. Can you give us some insight into that?
Sure. If you want to have a mobile app in your workers' hands that lets them interact with your agency in a meaningful way, you're going to want a team of around 4 developers and 2 supporting roles at a minimum. As you know, hiring and retaining developers is really hard right now. The market's really hot for them. Finding the right team takes a lot of time, and there's a lot of uncertainty in that. And if you do hire the right people and get rolling, you're looking at about $1 million a year to keep them, in salary.
Wow, that is a lot of money. So once you have your team in place, what kind of timeline are you looking at to get your app to market?
You can expect it to take at least a year to get a functional first draft in people's hands.
Okay. So do you think it is timeline or the amount of dollars spent that is the biggest cost to the agency right now?
The biggest cost for building your own right now is time to market. You can't afford to wait a year or two because your competitors are probably moving faster than that. We've seen our clients grow headcount by 30% within 2 months of adopting our product. And while they're doing that, you're in software development hell.
No one wants to be there, right?
Yeah, well, we love it here, but it's an acquired taste. So.
I gotcha. So any other problems you've seen come up in the development process that people should be aware of?
Sure. Yeah. So what you first think the functionality is that you need is going to turn out to change over time. In order to get the value you expect to get out of it, you're going to need to change and add to what you initially thought your app should do. On top of that, unless you can force people to use the app as a condition of their employment, they have to love to use it or they just won't use it. Just being functional is not enough. In software, we joke about users being both a blessing and a curse. You aren't successful until you have adoption, but there's a lot of work and a lot of unpredicted needs that come up when you do.
Okay, so it has to look good, it has to feel good for them to really want to use it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So thank you so much for your time, Nathan. If anyone wants to continue this conversation with us, we will happily do so. So please reach out and we can book some time together.